here in Kansas, where the state had an abortion referendum on the primary ballot. The way that the ballot initiative was phrased was confusing for everyone, especially voters, who maybe weren't even used to voting in primaries. A yes vote meant, yes, we do want to amend the Constitution to allow these state legislatures to regulate abortion further. And a no meant, no, we want to keep the protections that have been enshrined for abortion that have been enshrined by the courts into the Constitution. It was expected that the vote yes people, which was yes to a constitutional amendment, which would lead the way to new abortion restrictions, would win because Kansas is, of course, a very conservative state. Turnout was incredibly high, and it was a lot for a primary. The no vote had a very resounding victory. I think they pulled in 58% of the total vote, and to the yeas were 41%. So it was quite a large margin of victory for the no side. The amendment would have done away with abortion protections that were enshrined in the Constitution by the state Supreme Court in 2019. And it wasn't an immediate ban on abortion, but it would have paved the way for the legislature to pass laws further restricting abortion or banning it altogether when they came into the next legislative session, which is in January. Kansas has this long history of anti-abortion activism.
This is the fourth week of the siege of the clinics, with about 2,000 protesters hauled away so far.
Which, sort of dates back to 1991, which was the Summer of Mercy in Wichita, where these activists came and laid in the streets before clinics. Since that time, they've always had a very firm, control over that side of the activism. They've been campaigning for this ballot initiative for years, basically. So the pro-choice folks were really up against a very established foe. Kansas is quickly becoming a refuge for folks from other states, such as Oklahoma and Texas, where they have very stringent, they just passed very stringent abortion bans. And so basically a lot of pregnant patients are coming from other states, and Kansas is sort of a refuge for them. It's really an important gauge of how the nation is feeling. And right now, if you look at what the results here, I think that the pro-choice folks have been energized by the fall of Roe.